All right. All right, it is January 9th, 2024, and we're going over the U.S. futures markets for today. So starting off the S&P 500 right here, there is an ABCD trade that it's in right here. Target we have is this green line for that box up here at the top. And how I got that is this is still one of these test ones that I'm looking at right here. And actually I moved it up. Yesterday I had, oh, you know what? I did not move it up. Let me change it here. Is that no? Hold on. What is this? Shift. Yeah, that's it. So what I started noticing is a lot of times when price goes up, not only gets hit 3.618, but as it goes up to the number 6 for whatever reason why a lot of times. So one thing I'm seeing is if the 6 is a legitimate number, because for all intents and purposes, this trade is over right here. Went up, hit the blue line, which I'm looking for when price closes above the yellow. Plus, when it hits the 0.146, that's a signal to get in, and the entry is the blue line, the original target. And the second one I'm looking for is seeing if it's going to be legitimate is when it closes above the blue line, if the number 6 line here in the shift pitchfork is going to be a target for it. And if not, because sometimes it doesn't always just jump up there. So the other way I look for the target is you go from point A to point D when price, and the D is confirmed when the price retraces back to the 23.6, this purple line right there. So you did that, and then you just take it up to the 1.414 level, because the longer this kind of wiggles along over here, it's gonna be harder for it to hit the white line up there. So unless it gets a good jump up initially, it may not go up there and get hit. So instead of just hoping and praying that it will, and it never does, I've seen it go up here at the 1.14414 a lot. So that's just kind of like the second target level we have for instead of the white line. But anyways, those are still just test ones that I'm looking at right now, because the blue one got hit, so we're good right there. I'll go ahead and take that off for it. And so what we're looking at right here is it's coming out of this basing right here. You can see from the purple box. We'll go over to the 1 hour chart. We can see that there's a big consolidation pattern, and then we had, coming out of the consolidation pattern, a move down, and then looks like start consolidating, and now we have a move popping back up. So it looks like we have an uptrend right now. And so what I'm looking at for the trend channel for that is taking that one to that one, and then this one right about here, or right about something like that maybe as of right now. Now these are very subjective and can change depending on what movement we get, and sometimes I don't have a solid channel, either downward or upward channel, until after a while it's going on. But this is initially what it's looking like right here for the initial pattern for the trend channel that we're looking going for the upside. So if it does hold steady for it, price could tomorrow come on down a little bit more down here, but we would expect price to continue this uptrend. Whether or not if it comes down, touches channel or not, I'm not sure, but an update in the market tomorrow, coming up towards the top of the green channel line up there, which would also put us to reach that ABC trade at 1.414 level. So this is a legitimate trade channel, which again, not 100% sure it will be it just yet. It may be even down lower down here, maybe right there, or you try to get as many touch points as possible without going too far and crazy out of it. You see price just a little bit out of it over here, no big deal. Hit it right here. So I don't think it's all the way down here to that one. Don't think it's right there. It could be, because we had price come break out over here, broke out a little bit over here, but then bounced off it right there. But for right now, we'll just put it about right there. So even right here. So something like that. But if this does hold, we're looking for another up day in, not another, when the market was slightly down today, but a day going forward up here, and to see if there's any, let's see here, there would be another potential ABCD trades going right here, ABCD. We would need the market to go up and hit the 1.146, that orange line right there for it. If we put on the previous day's highs and lows, we can see this is just an inside day, not a whole lot going on for it. But yeah, that's basically all it is for SP 500. Pretty slow day. Russell 2000 right here. This is a actually a live setup right here. Tell you what, let me reduce some of the clutter out of here real quick. All right, so this is a triangle trade setup, and it's coming out of a downtrend. If we just like the SP 500. If we move my notes out of the way over here, it's coming out of the downtrend, and the consolidation is going to be somewhere over here. I typically don't draw them too much because they're not really important, and I only recognize them after the fact. When after the trend channels have formed. So it probably would look something like this for the trend channel right there, probably like that. That looks like a good consolidation pattern right there. But just like the SP 500, it is kicking out of it. And if it is kicking out of it, then we're looking at something like this potentially to be the initial trend channel. And it fits off very well just off of a bunch of wicks that's off of. See a wick right there, then wick. So yeah, a lot of John Wicks out there. So it's hitting off of there really nicely, and it's bouncing up, such as like the SP 500 going into tomorrow. If this is going to be a legitimate trend channel that's going up, then we're definitely looking for an update in the market going back up over there. Then going back down the 15-minute chart. So we do have, there's a long setup right now, long ABCD trade setup. This was the black lines represent a triangle trade setup that was in. That one is done. So if we take, see there's the triangle first point, second point, third, fourth. So we take the second, third, and fourth. We can see price went up. You know what, this is the right one. Triangle. Okay, well no, it's not done yet. I'm sorry. I got two trades going on here. So what we have right here is we had a short trade. No, this one is done. I'm sorry. It is done. So we take from there to right there. There's points going from the point 1, 2, and 3. And there's the 4. So you go from the highest to the lowest you could possibly go going forward, which is right there. Price broke out below it. It's signaled this was the live trade, but it just went completely up the other way. Then when price hits either the 1.146 going the other way, which is right here, or the green line up here, which it didn't quite hit, you can go short right there. And then the exit is going to be the 23.6 line. So as you can see, price hit the 1.146, didn't quite hit the green line up there, but hit it, and then went back down and hit the 23.6 today. So it was a trade I took. I actually got in up there close to the 1.414 because I was anticipating it going all the way up here. Once it started breaking out over here, I thought it may go up here, and I figured getting out of the 1.414 is close enough. Fortunately, just that was lucky, just got it right, but good entry. And then came down here and got out a little bit for the 23.6 right there, just to make sure I got out. So real nice trade right there, because that's one thing I'm working on now is to wait for those kind of like the moves that go the opposite way, rather than just trying to take it from the initial breakout, which is right here, which is where, and going from right there, the initial target is right there. But then once price comes back up, it's the 50% right here. The 50%, change that. I'll just leave it right there, it's fine. Once price hits that 50%, then the target changes to either the 1.146 or the entry. So right about the same area right there. And then finally, once price hits the 1.146 the other way, that's when we move the target to the 23.6. So I'm just starting to wait for those trades to get in on those. Maybe sometimes we'll get on at the 50% for them, but probably not taking the breakout trades until I really build up my account. I can really start doing multiple contracts at different levels. Because I'd love to get in, because I like being aggressive. Get in at the first trader here with like one contract right here, and just take it down right there. But that doesn't work. Get in 2 contracts right there. The next is going to be about right here. And then finally get in about 3 contracts, maybe even 4, and take it down to 23.6. So really the only contracts you'd be losing on would be your first smallest one initially right here. You'd be winning right here and big winner right up here. But until that, just looking at getting in at the kind of extreme level. So that one's said and done. But what we do have is an ABCD going here the other way. Here's the A, B, C, D. So put the shift pitchfork on it right here. So we had to close above the yellow right there, and just like we have it when we have close above the blue, see how it's, like the blue's at a 45-degree angle. So, excuse me. The blue's at a 45-degree angle, so probably not pricing, probably just go screeching up there and hit it. So if there is a good move up to the upside over here, then we'll look at taking the exit because the D is confirmed. We get that retracement back to 23.6, which is right there. So we looked at taking at the top of the box right there, the green line up there at the 1.4 and 4, because that's still a good move from that ABCD trade for it. So, but ever since then, prices come back, retraced all the way back to the 50% line right here. So again, when it does that, we move the exit either up to the entry or the 1.146, whichever one is closer. Here's the entry. So we would leave it right there at the entry. That's where the exit would be, right there where that green line going across is for it. So that's where the, that's where the exit, where the exit moves to. So right now we have the exit right there. It's going to be at the entry price right about there. So again, that is one thing I'm looking at, either whichever one's shorter at the entry or the 1.146 from the initial move, which is right, or excuse me, from A to B. Let me move back down right there. So that'd be right there. But as of right now, I'm going to leave it at the entry point for it. So that's where we're going to leave it at. But I take that back. It hasn't hit the 50% line yet. It hasn't, so I'm sorry. That's not the exit right now. So it needs to go down a little bit lower from the A to B, from that Fibonacci level to hit that. So currently the price to exit is still up here at the 1.414 level right there. So, but I have mine down here at the entry, all the way down here at the extreme 1.146 the other way. If this, like I mentioned a little bit ago, and then the exit would be the 23.6 if it hits that. So I just got mine slightly lower than it. But as I mentioned a little bit ago, if price comes, if this is going to be a true trend channel, like right about there-ish, I mean, it looks pretty good, to be honest, right there. That could be the trend channel. It's never going to get down there. It'll pop up there, and we'll have another update tomorrow. But that's just the way I'm trading it from now on. Going to the Dow Jones, we do have a live trade right here. This is expanding triangle trade. So there's points 1, points 2, points 3, points 4. Price closed below it right there. So that's the entry bar right there. And we're looking at taking this down to the yellow line right there. But the only way we don't take it is, I would look at shorting it if price comes up here before hitting the yellow line down below, down there. And yeah, that's all there is to say to it. So if we get another pop up tomorrow, I'd look at getting short up around this area. Then the exit moves to where the entry bar is right there. So just above it. So like right around in here for it. So, say tomorrow at 9 a.m. you're able to get in about right there. You take it all the way, close to something like there for a good 200 plus tick move in the Dow Jones for it. But if it comes on down there and hits it, then that's where the currently exit is for it. That's where it would be, because the price goes the opposite way and hit it. That's when you move the exit to where the entry point was. And then if we go over here to the hourly chart, it's shaping up to, there's that one, and that one looks pretty good because we have that down there, which fits perfectly drawn from the top. A little bit broke out below, that's all right. And then we hit some wicks right there. So just like the SP 500 and Russell 2000, we're expecting a pop up over here, going up over here tomorrow. Just again, if this is going to be the trend channel to the upside that we are looking at right there. Now, this could be, which would be really ugly, a really big consolidation right here. So starting about like right there up to right there. It could be kind of a bigger retracement channel. I don't think it is. I mean, if you really want to go crazy with it, you could even say all of this is it, way over here. I mean, that fits it pretty good, doesn't it? Look at all that. Look, you have the down, down to down, then it goes to the up, which you could probably even bring it down a little bit, right about here-ish or so, about there, even right there, something like that. So you could say it's just in a real big consolidation channel right there. So I mean, that is that's a possibility as well, of it just being a real big consolidation channel as well. So we'll see. There's just, a lot of questions until we get really something, bumping up from this level at 38.063 or breaking out below 37.490. There's just, not a whole lot to say. I mean, it can definitely be trend channels within this consolidation box right here, because obviously we came out of this big trend up right here. See all that right up there, and there were some consolidation channels within it. Trend up, consolidation channel, up. But I try to get with the way I draw them is try to get the overall picture for it, because obviously after the fact it's real easy to see. So not drawing these in real time and saying like, oh yeah, we're in a trend up, this thing's going on up. It may not be. This could be the true consolidation channel right here for it. But yeah, we'll see. So that's the trade that I'm looking for tomorrow. If we do get a pop-up tomorrow, looking at shorting right up in this area-ish, something like that. And then my exit would be right about down there. So going over to oil, we have a good-looking trend channel that's forming right here in oil. You can see using from that semaphore, that one, we drew up there and just drew it right down below here. So it's fitting up real nicely right here. So if this thing is a true trend channel, just like the other three markets we're looked at, we'll look at this one going up here tomorrow. I mean, it still could come back down tomorrow right there, bounce off of it, and then go up, something like that. But it's looking like a decent trend channel right now. Going over here, we had a triangle trade. There's points 1, 2, and 3, and 4 are within points 1 and 2. So we go from points 2, 3, and 4. As you can see, just went up there, popped, hit it. Easy trade right there. Then I just noticed we have another inside trade right here. So there we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll draw this on points 2, 3, and 4. Now it hasn't been confirmed yet, but when, so I wanted this one, I wanted that there, and then this right here. There we go. It just reminds me this is a funky triangle patterns. When this breaks, or if it does break, this blue line right here, the target would be the 5 line? Yeah, the 5 line right there, right there. So we do have potential trade right there. There was an ABC trade from today. There's A, B, C, and D is way up here, but watch this. Price broke over the yellow, hit the blue, broke over the blue, went up there and hit the 6 line. That's another reason why I started looking at the number 6 as being a target for this as well. So went there and hit the 6 target, and so that one's done. But yeah, so what we have going in tomorrow is potential short down here, but it is at kind of like an extreme level, 45 or degree or more. So it wouldn't be that too much of a drop depending it, but we do have that potential trend channel here moving on to the upside over here tomorrow. For oil, let's see, is there anything else? Let's see, there's red. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. We already did that one. So yeah, that's going to be X. I think this one is done, right? Let's see about this one too. Or did it not? It may not have. No, okay. Well, we're also in a live trade right here. And this is one I mentioned yesterday on the live channel. Forgot to cut it off. Here you have point 1, points 2, points 3, points 4. Semaphore is right there. Expanding triangle. I just 1.3 is high, points 4 low. When price closes, let me get this off of here. Price closes above it, which you did right there. That's the entry bar. And target we're looking for is the yellow line right up here. So when it hits that, we'll look at taking, that's going to be the end of that move. But if price first comes down and hits the yellow line down here, then the target moves to, or the entry moves down to where the entry bar was right there. But that's what's going on in oil. Nasdaq, let's go to the 1 hour chart right here. This one's a little bit more of a, this one is a little bit more of an extreme potential angle than we have for the other markets. So if we're looking at, it looks a lot nicer as far as being a consolidation area, you know, going down something like that. Looks a lot more cleaner right there. And then if we're looking at doing a trend channel at this point in time, it'd be something going right there down to right about there, which looks really good actually. So yeah, we got a real nice looking potential uptrend busting out of this consolidation area right there. So this actually, out of all of them right now, this one looks the cleanest as far as it. So yeah, I think that's looking pretty good to go right there. So we'd be looking at potentially a move higher tomorrow up there going forward in that trend channel. And what we also have down here is an ABCD trade. As you can see that I marked using the orange and red semaphores. There's A, B, C, D. So we put the shift pitchfork on. There's price, breaks above the yellow, hits the blue, breaks above the blue. Doesn't look like it's going. They may go up there and hit the white. It's not too much of an extreme if you get a nice pop up there tomorrow. But what I went ahead and did, because one of the rules I've initiated is when price retraces back to the 23.6 from the overall move from point D, that's again where you put the 1.44 as a target. So the target is top of the box where the green line is right there. So that's the target we're looking for that move. Not saying price couldn't go up here the white line. It's just that when I say it, when it hits the 23.6 move, I say we'll just make a nice clean target to be the 1.44 from this move. And then if this one, this could be another potential ABCD. Is it already there? You know what? We're already. Well, I'm gonna say we're already there. It's close enough for it. 1.146 right there. So we are in another one right here. A B C D right there. 0.146 right there. Yeah, that's gonna be it. And then we look at, we put the shift pitchfork on. And nothing. So it's not even going to be a trade unless price somehow really pops off and closes above the yellow line right there. At this point in time, it's nothing going on right there for that. So that's for the Nasdaq. And then lastly, going over to Bitcoin, we'll look at the daily and weekly charts for it. So starting off with the weekly chart. We have again just life cycle of Bitcoin, you know, ever since it opened. We had the move down, trend channel down, then the consolidation, trend channel up, trend channel down, there's consolidation up top. Again, I'm not putting the consolidation boxes at all the tops and lows. They're pretty self-explanatory. But then we have, you know, higher high up and then down, higher high up right here, then down. And right now we are definitely in, I think this is a pretty solid looking trend channel right here. So we are in a solid looking potential 5-wave Elliott move up right there from this trend channel. So you see where it is right here. Again, these trend channels can be very subjective, and I drew it off of using the daily chart, using that semaphore right there, and then I was adjusting it because obviously that orange one wouldn't work. So what I look to do is once I going up, I draw the initial ones from the top side. I'll show you here real quick. And I look for the last semaphore before the low, which, so there's the low and there's the next high out coming from the low. So I was looking, seeing like, okay, could this be the initial one? I mean, it fit pretty good down, it fit pretty decent right there if you went like that. So it started off looking pretty good right there. Look at that, look pretty good. But then we break high, okay, that's a little bit higher, and then we a little high, and then start breaking down low. I was like, and especially when it broke up here, and they're like, no, that's not going to work right there. So I mean, it's still, yes, it's obviously a trend channel up, but you want it to fit somewhat within the line. So I said, okay, well, let's just redraw it. Let's try this one and this one, and then look at that. That looks pretty good up there. And then just trying to figure out which way it is down here below. This is probably drawing it all the way down here from this little area. Hitting it right here is going to be the best bet. So again, if this is the true trend line for it, which is looking pretty good, you know, we have 1, 2, 3 good hits, 3 or 4 good hits. If I want to draw it down just slightly about right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 good hits. You have this little area down here where it's hitting off of. Let's see here. I don't want to do that. Shoot. That's pretty good. The other one go down there. Oh, here it is. Oh yeah, good enough. All right, so something that, yeah, good. So if that is, so what I would be looking for is, and I even thought about lighten up some of the Bitcoin I had, but I figured it's all right. Because if this is going to be a move lower down here, down to this side, we'd look for price coming back down here, say somewhere around, 35,000 with the going up to say 40-ish thousand, something like that. So if this is a true trend channel for it, I am looking for, a pullback in Bitcoin here, which would, one, you see this gap we have right here, it'd come back and potentially fill this gap up right here, because these gaps in the stock market, in the markets, they like to come back and get filled. It would potentially fill that. It would come take it back to this trend channel down here, and also what it potentially do would hit the 23.6 right here, which would lock us in for wave going up for potential wave 5 for the Elliott wave move right there, starting all the way down here. Here we have the 0, 1, 2, and then we've just been waiting for a pullback down to the 23.6. So with using that high, if we get the pullback down here down to the lower trend channel, then that should hit it, log us in for 0.4, and then the lowest target we'd be looking for from this move is 53,400. Price can of course go much higher than that, but that's just the minimum target to look for, which is the 1.146 level. For, I'm gonna make sure of something too. Okay, cool. And so that'd be the minimum target I'm looking for this 5-wave Elliott move. Again, price can go a lot higher, but that's the minimum target I look for 5-wave move. So we'd set everything up that we're looking for it. So that's what I'm looking for here for this year in Bitcoin, for a pullback in Bitcoin back to, low 40s, high 30,000s from where it's currently at. Fill this gap up right here. And then for it to pop back up into the 50,000s plus, but that's the target I've been looking for. But if it keeps on doing like it had been doing from the other markets, where start off, we won't consider that anything. We'll just say that's when the futures markets open and they were just selling it off the 20,000. So we had a high, a new high from Bitcoin, and then it retraced, new high, retraced, new high, retraced. So if we're going to do the same thing again, we'd have a new high, up here that would breach the about $70,000, $69,000, $70,000 mark within it. So that's no reason to think why that wouldn't happen. I guess maybe the only thing is, see here we have when we went up, we had a lower high, went up, lower high, then we had that. So this low broke that low. But I mean, still looking bullish for Bitcoin going back up here. I've read some articles saying that eventually Bitcoin will top $1 million for it, but just based upon this right here, that's what I'm looking for Bitcoin here this year, at least for the first half for sure of this year, because this is a daily chart. So that'd put us, what is that, in April-ish, May, hits down in here, and then going up in here, August, June, July, October, by the end of the year. So that's my prediction by the end of the year for Bitcoin to hit in the 50,000s for it. So anyways, that'll do it for today. Thanks, bye.